Now then, Fodbits keyless drill chuck. That's what we're going to look at today. Now, since we're nudging up towards 12,000 subscribers, I get email all the time these days asking if I would review this and that. But generally, I don't. Unless it's something I would really like myself and it's some approach where I feel there's a real person there that I might build a relationship with. Now, I've been reviewing some tools, you know, which have really traded quality for price, so at the cheaper end of the market. But now I've got something else to look at, which looks like it's a quality tool. So I had the approach, just a simple email, could they send me a sample? No mention of sponsorship, commission, build your revenue, all this tosh. It's just, would you like a sample? So I said yes, and it's arrived. Now I'm going to make a noise getting this off, so I'll just do it and I'll show you this. If I put it on this mag vise, maybe it won't roll away. There we go. So Morse Taper 3, keyless. Very nice to look at. We'll do some tests on it. I'm going to do a runout test and I'm going to do a clamp test, because they say you can tap with this and the tap won't slip. Now there are some limitations to that, but we'll just put it on the lathe, do some tests, and then I'll tell you more about it. But it looks very fine. According to the spec, it'll clamp 5/8 to 1/32. So if you're metrically inclined, that's 16 millimeters down to just under a mil. That's just another view with the jaws fully extended. It makes a lovely reassuring click noise as you operate it. I hope it proves to be as good as it looks. Now, the most accurate setup that I've got for measuring runout is my lathe spindle nose. So we get this chuck off, put the spindle nose bush in. This reduces from about 4.5 Morse taper down to 3. Then when it's in, we'll measure, and then we'll have a baseline. I'll put the spindle nose protector on. I downloaded the file for this off the internet for free, and then I sent it away to one of these printer shops, and then it just came back through the post like this. 3D printers. Bit windy today. In fact, it's also a bit chilly. We're getting sort of autumnish now. Put my test bar in. Did that go in? Maybe. This clock is metric. That's 1/100th, which is near enough half a thou. Now I could probably get it a bit better, but it's not worth it for this. I don't want to mess about trying to get it reseated. It'll do. I have a very sophisticated way of getting this bush out. Oh, that's good. Left the bush in, that's what we wanted. Sounds reassuring. Try and line it up. Now what shall we put in it? Perhaps we'll try it at both ends of the range. So here's a piece of 5/8 silver steel to begin with. So this bit and this bit are separate, so that's the grip, and this is the bit that turns, kind of like this. I mean, not normally like this, it's just that I don't want my hands completely filling the shot. If I'm doing that, you can't see anything, can you? Now, I haven't messed around with this. This is just how it comes. I've only just clamped it. So on 0, and that's reading 4/100ths, which is 1.6 thou. Now, I've got some chucks. They're quite worn, I agree. I'd be lucky to clamp anything within 10 thou on some of those. I'm not sure what they would be out of the box, but this is pretty good, I think. This is a 4mm drill. So again, I've not messed about with it. This is just as it comes. I just set the clock to 0. So that's 0, near enough. So that's 5/100ths of a mil, which is 2 thou. Well, I've got the chuck out with the pole method, but when I can't get the bush out, I use this extractor that I made. Get my spanner on there, you can guess the rest. Gotcha. This is magenta colour, so it's probably free cutting mild steel, EN1A, we would call it. Or maybe it isn't, who knows, but it might be. So I'm going to drill this out, tap it. What do you think? 12mm spiral flute tap, machine tap. I'm going to drill this 5mm, then 1332, which is 10.3, and then we're going to tap it. Yes, this feels like free cutting, because it's free cutting. Now, disappointingly, my 1332 is a Morse Taper. Yes, it is free cutting, still. Now they do say, if it's really heavy work, to take the square off the tap, so there's more of a gripping surface. And I can tell you, none of my keyed chucks would hold a tap like this to tap through a piece, as we're going to try now. Now, if it doesn't work, I won't decry it, because it's a tough job with hardened jaws and a hardened tap. We'll put plenty of this on. It should be through our work when the tap's into about there, I think. And I'm just going to push it and let it go. My goodness, look at that. I'll try and follow it. I don't know if I can. Do you think I should stop it? I probably should about there. Wow. Impressive. And now we'll reverse it. Obviously it's not under much strain this way, but I imagine the chuck goes both ways. Yep. I reckon that's pretty good. And I didn't do anything special with that, you know. I didn't get the grips out when you weren't looking. That's it. When I received the email from Fodbits inviting me to choose something to review, I thought, this is quality stuff. Because normally I'm only asked to look at the economy stuff. They make these chucks on a number of different mountings, so different Morse tapers, screw mountings, milling machine mountings. They're registered in Canada, that is, their address is given as Canada, But the chucks themselves are made in China, like most companies. They outsource the manufacture of the chucks to trusted partners. So where can you buy them and how much do they cost? They prefer to sell through other companies, so they sell through partners, so it's a bit of a wholesale model really. But I found them on Amazon Canada. I think the price must have been Canadian dollars because it was Amazon Canada, and it was $206 for one of these, which is about £109. Now, as I found that, I couldn't ship to the UK. I'm sure you could buy them in Canada or on Amazon Canada and have them shipped to the US, subject to whatever deal is going on at the time. So I'm sure you could get them, but price I can't say. Anyway, I will put some links into the description of the Fodbits website so you can see the catalogue for yourself. And there's also a YouTube channel for Fodbits, and there's a whole range of, YouTubes on there about the best way to use the chucks and all sorts of promotional material. But in summary, I think this is a really quality item. I'm delighted to have it. If anybody else would like me to review their quality items, just send me an email in a chatty sort of form so I can see it's been sent by a person in a straightforward way and not by an AI machine. Hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching.